Hey there friends, super excited to be here with you today working with the brand new Elle Studio July 2021 kit and add-ons. I have grabbed my son's traveler's notebook and this is what I'm using to record his first year of life. It's very much a work in progress. This month is all about adventure at Elle Studio, so I've grabbed a few different photos of my son's first hike, and I think this is a pretty momentous occasion to add to his baby album. I'm grabbing the Amazing Adventure paper stack, the July 2021 kit, and all of the gorgeous add-ons that we have this month for you as well. I am just going to have a look through the kit first and foremost to see which tags jump out at me. The 3x4s have so many different gorgeous colors. There's oranges, there's lots of greens. I love the greens, I love the blues. And if you saw me flip through my son's album there, I predominantly use greens, blues, and teals for his album and any of the neutrals that go along with it. And so I want to stick with that color scheme and pull out the tags that really scream going for a hike to me. And there are several this month. I think you guys are really going to love this kit. So I'm also pulling out patterns from the Adventure paper stack. This is a 6 by 8.5 inch paper stack, so it's perfect for traveler's notebook sizes. I'm pulling out some patterns that I love here, some neutrals, some teals and greens and blues, sort of like the same colors that I pulled out from the kit just to see what I can use. And I have a great idea for these amazing new patterns. This month we have an amazing new metal die to show off all of those awesome patterns. This is the Nesting Tags metal die, and I'm going to show you how I prep it when I get it out of the package. I use metal cutters to cut apart each of the tags, and then I grab some magnetic paper. I just got this on Amazon, so I'll link that up here. I add that to the back of a tabbed sheet from the stamp market. I love this stamp storage. I highly recommend it. And then I can adhere or attach my metal tags to that metallic sheet. I put that in a clear pocket, and then when I'm flipping through I can see all of my dies. This is also awesome because you can put your stamps on one side and your matching dies on the opposite. Now this is what I'm going to do with those Nesting Tags metal dies. I am going to cut different sizes of tags using all of the pattern papers that I pulled out from the Adventure paper stack. So I'm going from large to the medium size to the small size. And I am going to arrange these on my first Traveler's Notebook page with my favorite photo of the spread. I just love all of these patterns. That wood grain is gorgeous. It's the perfect neutral for this page. I really love the topography map here in this kind of light teal color. There are just so many different gorgeous patterns in this paper stack, and this is a great way to show them off. Next, I'm going to arrange all of these sweet little tags on the left side of a 4 by 8 inch piece of smooth white cardstock. My traveler's notebook is 4 by 8, that's kind of a standard size, and I like to use the pockets for mine so it slides in there. I am just kind of arranging these so that one size isn't next to the same size, and I want to make sure one color is next to the same color too. I also want to make sure they overlap my photo in some way as well, and keep a bit of white space on the right side. So there's a lot of design challenges here. You have to kind of get the balance of color and pattern and white space just right, but by using the same paper stack for all of these patterns, it makes it so much easier to do. So all of my pattern tags are adhered on the left side, and I just want to tuck my photo in underneath one of them. So I'm just going to pop that up with some dimensional adhesive my photo first, and then do the same with that tag. Now this dimensional adhesive is from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3Elle, and it's not too thick, so it's perfect for a traveler's notebook. I am kind of choosy about how many things I pop up because I don't want this album to be too thick. I want to make sure that I can get as many memories in there as I want. Now, in the center of this 3-page spread is going to be a pocket page. And I just love that Citrus Twist does provide these pockets as well as the full 4x8 pages. So the adventure tag is going at the top. That's where I'm going to add my journaling, and below that my title tag. On the back side of that, I want to add more photos, but I also have an extra photo that I think I'm going to have to put behind my title tag just so that I can fit it. And I know another great die from Elle Studio that's going to help me to do that, so you guys can watch me do that as well. The third page is going to be another full-sized 4x8. Now I am going to cut this photo down because I've decided that I want to layer it on top of that blue with heart tag from the kit. I'm just going to trim it and then put another white edge on the outline just so that it can pop off of that blue colored tag, and go ahead and commit to that and adhere it on. I will add my journaling below that photo later on. So my third page is going to be another full 4x8 with the photo of my son asleep in his hiking carrier, smiling. We took that at the very end of his first hike, which was a 5-miler. He had a great time. The whole time he was smiling and laughing the whole time until he fell asleep. Okay, remember when I said that I had another die that was going to help me add another photo in? Well, that's the Pocket Frame and Flip Up Metal die from Elle Studio. And this one just helps you to create a 3x4 flip up tag that you can put into a pocket. It's really handy. It's already scored in the center. I'm using another pattern from the Adventure paper stack, and I want that pattern to be on the inside because I've already chosen the tags I want on the outside pieces. Remember, I'm going to put my title tag there on the gray. So on the inside, I'm going to put this picture of my husband and my son, and probably another photo on the top of that inside. Now, because I am not sure if I need to have that on its own while I stamp, I'm using repositionable adhesive for that tag on the top. And I'm going to go ahead and permanently adhere the photo to the inside. Once my photos and tags are in place, I really like to focus on my title. So I'm grabbing the Great Outdoors stamp, which is just amazing. I really love the topography pattern on that stamp. And there's a big kind of block on this gray tag that I think would fit that pattern extremely well. So we're going to go ahead and grab some ink. I'm using different shades from Close to My Heart, and I am going to go ahead and run an eraser on my stamp because I haven't used that yet. I think Fern is going to be a great choice for that green, and I'm just going to put a bit of that pattern at the top of the tag just to add a little bit of interest. With this kind of tag, you can really do so many different things with it because it's like a blank slate. So there we go. I have a little bit of pattern at the top, and then the rest of my title is going to go below that. I'm going to use a couple of different alphabet stamps. I'm going to use the typewriter alphabet stamp as well as Hazel, which is a really small typewriter font. I'm just seeing if the word babies will fit using the typewriter font, and it will not. So I can't fit that across, but I can add the word hike in that font. So I'm just changing up the order of the font. This layout is going to be entitled Baby's First Hike. And so the great thing about clear stamps is that you can lay them out before you go to stamp just so that you can make sure that you get your spacing right. Now, babies is going to be in the hazel. This is one of my favorite alphabet stamps. I use it so much, and I also use it throughout his baby book. So it's really going to help this flow with the rest of the book. Okay, we're going to speed stamp here. So I always start with the center letter first, just so I can make sure that I get that word centered on whatever I'm stamping on. And I am using Bluebird from Close to My Heart, which is a really nice medium colored blue. I'm going to stamp the S and then go back and do the apostrophe. Now the other thing I'm going to do is add the 1 for the word first using the Jane alphabet, the large Jane alphabet metal die, but it's quite tall. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting that down a little bit, but I am going to put the word hike at the bottom of the tag. So it's going to be babies first with the number 1 from the large Jane metal die, and I've cut that out there in that lighter teal. And I also want to back that because with that lighter color you kind of lose it. So I want to create a bit of a shadow effect. So all you have to do for that is to die cut the same number again in a darker pattern paper or cardstock, whatever you prefer. Gray is great. I use the wood grain here to back that. I'm just going to stick these two together and offset them slightly so that it looks like a shadow. It's a really easy and great effect just to die cut that twice. So here you can see I realize that it's a bit too tall and I'm just cutting it down. Now when I do cut that down, I make sure that I cut the wood grain pattern a bit longer than the teal so it still looks like a shadow. This is really easy to do with the number 1 on this metal die. It would be more difficult to do with the other numbers, but since I'm using the 1, it's perfect. Then I have enough room for the word hike at the bottom of the tag. I'm just going to go back and add the ST for the word first using the hazel alphabet stamp just so that it's nice and small next to the number 1. And there's my title. Just going to pop up this number 1 just so that stands out a little bit more. And there we go. Now the tag wouldn't be complete without some fun embellishments. This little die cut file under Awesome is from the main kit, and so I use my tiny attacher to get that on there. I also have so many other different amazing embellishments this month. You have the speech bubble chipboard, but you also have the adventure chipboard stickers. Those are pretty darn awesome. I think that I'm going to have about 2 packs, 3 maybe, of these. We do go on a lot of hikes, so I'm using the compass circle, and I also want something to go down here. But for now, I'm going to leave that because I can decide on that later based on what other elements I'm putting around the page. Now, going back to the kit, there are all sorts of awesome die cuts, so I'm just kind of putting these around the page as I want them to be placed. I love that favorite green tag. It's great for adding a little extra journaling or the date or the place, whatever you could want. And then at the bottom of my page on the right, which is just created using that grid from the Adventure paper stack, I'm also going to add another topography pattern there to the bottom just to give that some interest. And I'm really liking the way this is looking already. Because I have a lot of tags on the left side, I want to add some tags throughout the rest of the spread just so that it can tie those pages together. Grabbing the Great Outdoors stamp again to see what I can add in that little space between my photo and the map stamp that I added there. There's a lot of phrases and icons, there's trees, there's all sorts of really cool stuff on this stamp. It's definitely my favorite this month. This one here says let's go. At the end of it, it said hiking, but I didn't get a good stamp there. I think I pushed a little bit too hard. And so whenever that happens, all you have to do is just embellish, right? It's just another embellishment opportunity, so I can use my chipboard there to cover that up. I'm going to go ahead and commit to that tag at the top, as well as the die cut. Just adhere those using permanent adhesive. And then I can pop up my photo. I love when all of these different elements come together so seamlessly, and that's one of the things I love about the Elle Studio kits is that they all coordinate with the add-ons so beautifully. These are the July, 2021 labels, and every month the labels are different. These are super fun. I love them. So you don't need to just use them for journaling or for adding a date. You can actually use them like a piece of paper. And this navy blue at the bottom is the perfect thing to add, and it also says good time. So it's just awesome. I love it. The chipboard sticker there was perfect for covering up my messy stamping mistake. So I'll go with that. I'm also wanting to add some big letters over here to the left. So we're going to add go, see, do from the Adventure chipboard stickers. And I love how that is separated there at the top and the bottom of my photo. Just really love that. It's making me super happy. Just seeing what other chipboard stickers I might want to add. That's the great thing about these being on a clear background, is that you can kind of hold them up to your page and see what fits where. I'm just color blocking some of those embellishments over there on the left side on my patterns. That gray one says adventure awaits, and so that photo was taken when my son first got in his pack when we started the hike, so that's a pretty perfect one. I want some little elements there in that corner because it's kind of a dead space there, and I want to get something in there to cover that up, to fill in that 90 degrees. I really want something underneath the one over here in my title tag, and I can't exactly figure out what that should be either. So for now, I'm just going to add a few little stars over here on the left around my photo. There's this little grouping of two stars. One is larger than the other one. I really like that. So I'm using Bluebird and Lagoon here, both by Close to My Heart, to add those on the left side. And also on the right side because I want to kind of mirror those stars on either side. I think in the middle on my title tag that it would be great to add a Cardstock Die Cut Tag. Now, this is another new product this month. It is a huge pack of tag die cuts, and I really think this is going to help that tag fill up some of that gray in the center, help that number one to stand out a little bit, and tie in my other two pages which have tags on them already. So I'm already loving this, and then I'm going to use the navy puffy alphabet stickers to help that that number 1 and the ST to stand out a bit. So I really think that that was a great change, a really good addition. And yeah, I'm really happy with that title tag now. Feel like we need something over here that kind of covers up my photo. So that says let's go there. I might move that later. I also want to add some more journaling over there on that green favorite. So I'm not going to adhere that one down permanently just yet. On the flip up, I feel like I need another photo, which I will add after this video is done. And I also really like that arrow die cut, so I'm going to use that too. This documented blue die cut just adds a little bit of something, just a little bit of that blue to this middle section. And I love the way it looks when layered on my photo on that heart die cut at the top. So I'm going to leave that there and then add my journaling later. And then this triad of trees that says the great outdoors, the sticker goes perfect in the negative space. The great thing about Elle Studio's chipboard is that it is not too thick, and so it's perfect for your pockets, for your layouts, anything that you want to do. I'm going to create my main journaling on that adventure tag there in the center, so that one is going to just be pretty much plain. Okay, we have a new tab stamp in the shop. I'm really excited about it. It's the summertime tabs, and this has all sorts of awesome phrases and words on it that are perfect for your summer documenting. So I'm just grabbing one of the phrases here to add just below the photo on my main page. It's also going to go really well on that arrow die cut that's underneath my flip up. So I just love adding these little phrases in here that says let's go hiking, and then I can add something else to this arrow, and I'm going to grab my great outdoors stamp to do that one. The problem is that I already have a chipboard piece right behind that, so remember that when you're stamping what's behind it. This one says gone exploring, and I stamped that in green. Again, I'm going to add a square photo up there so that it kind of overlaps with that arrow. Part of me wants to add a tree, but I think I need nothing up there. I need to just add my journaling in there because I need a good full tag to get all of my thoughts and the facts down for this spread. And essentially, after I stamp, this page is pretty much complete, and I just love the way it came together so easily using the brand new July 2021 kit and add-ons from Elle Studio. This is the perfect kit to record the outdoor time you spend in the summer with your family, making memories, hiking, camping, doing all the fun things. And I just love the way that this kind of triple pager turned out with the big bold tags and patterns on the left side and the pockets in the center. You can see when you flip that up, I have another photo there, another couple of photos so that I can get more of this really fun day in his album. And then I finished it with that sweet photo of him asleep there. I love these products this month, you guys, and I hope you love working with them as much as I did. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating.